Hello?
Hi, I'm the group accounts manager at the Big City Kangaroos. My name is Troy Weiman. The reason I'm calling today is that I'm looking for the person who would plan group outings for your school's vocal music program.
Oh, that would be Head Choir Director Michael Reese. I'll transfer you over to him. Just one second.
All right, thank you.
Hi, this is Michael Reese.
Hi, Michael. I'm the group accounts manager at the Big City Kangaroos. My name is Troy Wyman. The reason I'm calling today is that I wanted to ask you a few questions to better understand what type of outings your group usually does and to see if there's something that could excite your group to get them to come to a Kangaroos game. Do you have a couple minutes to talk?
Yeah, I have a little time.
Great. Could you start by giving me an idea of the type of events your group has done in the past?
Well, we do some typical fundraising events, selling various products like candy bars and stuff like that. We also do a trip to New York every other year where we get to visit places like Times Square and the Rockefeller Center.
That sounds like quite the trip. Could you tell me about those experiences? What you liked and didn't like about them, and what things you could have done that maybe could have made them better?
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure what I could make better. Our students did get chances to see a lot of exciting things like Broadway shows and the set of Good Morning America. And while all of that is cool, for me now that I've gone on this trip half a dozen times, it's great to see our students interacting more with each other and building a sense of camaraderie that they don't get while in class.
It sounds like the trips usually go very well. How many people usually attend those?
We usually get about 30, 40 students that attend the New York trip, and we send 4 staff members along too, and roughly 3 to 5 parent chaperones.
Is that considered a good turnout based on the number of students that are in the program?
It's a good turnout because of all the extracurricular activities our students are involved in. We have around 80 students in our choirs, and many of them want to go, but simply cannot take a week off of their activities. So getting 40 to 50% of them to go is about all we can ask for.
It's not too bad. Are there any specific goals you try to accomplish with your outings? You mentioned before the camaraderie aspect of the New York trips. Is that the main goal, just to see new things and bond with one another?
Basically, that's what we want. We want to provide opportunities for our students to see new things and interact with each other outside the rehearsal room. The fundraisers we do help fund trips like that, so our goal with those obviously is to raise enough to make those trips possible.
Are those fundraisers the only means of paying for the trip, or do you have funds coming from other places, such as boosters or donors? And how much do the students and parents usually pay, like as a quote unquote entry fee to be a part of those trips?
Our fundraisers are the main contributors, but our donors and boosters clubs do a great job of making the events happen, even if our funds from the fundraisers are going to fall a tad short. And students usually have to pay roughly $50 to $80 upfront to cover a couple meals and their Broadway ticket.
When does that trip usually take place, and when does this group usually prefer to do your outings?
Our trips usually tend to fall towards the end of the academic year, sometime in April or early May, before our students begin prepping for their finals. Last year we went to New York the last week of April.
And based on what I've heard thus far, I guess it doesn't seem that you guys have too tight of a budget. So, how much usually do you spend on that New York trip? Is there a price for that trip within the budget, or does it push the envelope a little bit?
It pushes it just a little bit, but like I said, our donors and boosters make it all happen for us. So the trip is about $3,000 in total, including transportation and everything.
That all sounds good. Have you and the choirs done any outings to sporting events in the past? And if you have, can you tell me how they went for you guys? You know, what went well, what things could have gone better?
Excuse me. We have attended some minor league games before. The River Bandits is not far from our school, so those trips were not too tough to organize. They also went well. Again, they were just other ways that we were able to get our students together and do things outside rehearsal. Only problem with those were they were during the summer during baseball season, so we didn't have the best turnouts because it's not during the academic year.
How many games do you think you guys attended, and when's the last time you took a group to a game?
We've probably done about 6 or 7 River Bandits games. We haven't gone to one in about 3 years, mostly because of the low turnout rate for baseball games.
Okay. Well, based on what I've heard, I think I have an idea that you and your members would enjoy if you're interested in a Kangaroos game. Here's what I can do for you. You usually go on trips in April or May, and April is the last month of our regular season. The first Saturday in April, we play the Golden State Warriors, a game we are expected to sell out. The Warriors have two big-time scorers in Klay Thompson and the reigning two-time league MVP Steph Curry. They also just added a former MVP in Kevin Durant, who has been a fan favorite during his career. On top of that, we are looking for a group to sing the national anthem before that game. And if you can get enough students on board, we would love for your choir to sing during the pregame. We can arrange some good seats for that game at about $19 a piece, and everyone can also get a $21 Kangaroos t-shirt for free. For an additional $5, I can also throw in a hot dog and soda coupon that everyone there can redeem at the concession stand. This way, your group will get a great game against an outstanding opponent, get a free t-shirt and snacks, and be front and center during the pregame festivities, all for a good low price. With 80 members in the choir, I can reserve 80 seats right now with a deposit of $80. And you mentioned before you're looking for ways to build camaraderie outside of class. I think this could be a great way to do just that, and also have an exciting experience to tell people about one day. Does this sound like something your choir members would be interested in?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sounds great. Of course, I will have to run it by all the choir members to see if they would be interested and get approval with my other staff members and parent volunteers.
I can understand that. What I can do now is send you an email that will cover everything we just talked about so you can review and present it with your boosters, donors, staff members, and whoever else needs the information. However, I can't reserve any seats until I get a deposit. Would you like me to come help present the idea to the group? This way I can answer some of the questions and make your life a little bit easier.
No, I think I'll get to them all in just a day or two, and then I'll have a pretty good idea of what we are interested in and how many students are thinking about being a part of it.
Great. I would love to arrange a time to talk with you then again in a couple days after you have a better idea. Does Thursday at 9 a.m. sound like a good time? Think you'll have an idea by then?
Yes, I should have it all presented to everyone by Tuesday, and then I'll be able to hear back from everybody by Wednesday at the latest. So Thursday at 9 would be great. I think this sounds like a great opportunity. I hope my students feel the same way.
Well, I'm glad you think so. Hopefully they get excited about the opportunity and we can make this happen. So I've got you down now at 9 a.m. on Thursday for when I can call you back and we can go over the new information. Is that right?
Yeah, that should work great.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for your time, Michael. I'll talk to you again soon.